Hey guys, this is Nicole, and I have a layout share for you. Quite a few. As I mentioned in the last video, I had a scrapbooking weekend with my best friend this last weekend, so got lots of scrapbooking done. And I did things a little bit different this time. I still took kits, and in a couple instances worked solely within like one manufacturer's line. But this time around, I decided to take a whole bunch of like kits that were really light, you know, like either light on paper, light on embellishing. Like there's some brands that just don't have a lot of embellishments. And then I just mixed a bunch of them together. So like I did some more of the Counterfeit Kit Club stuff, and I just mixed some together just to switch it up a little bit, to mix some different paper lines. And that was fun. It was a fun change for me. But of course, in some instances, I still played with paper lines, you know, by themselves, but I'll try to point those out. So anyway, I'm just going to get going because I have lots of layouts to share. Here's one, and here's a really good mix of different product. There's some Echo Park, there's some Amy Tangerine, gosh, I'm going to forget a lot of these now probably. Teresa Collins, just a variety of different lines here. And pretty simple, just 3 photos here, and then just did some groupings here and a grouping here of embellishment and cards and stuff. That's from Amy Tan. And the Teresa Collins line was, I think it was a Wonderful line maybe. So there's those. Okay, and then this one was, again, a mix. There's some Echo Park. This is like the second pack of this paper that I've gotten, and so since there's not a lot of embellishments with it, I just mix it in with some other brighter stuff. I mixed it up with some, I think that's on here. I think this is from Simple Stories. So I had a brighter colored Simple Stories line, and I mixed a lot of that together. But here I just did lots of different cards, and here's 2 Amy Tan tags and a doily. And these are from Echo Park. That matches paper line. And that was from, I think, Simple Stories. This was a stamp. I stamped that on there, I believe. Yeah. Very simple. I didn't get my groove this weekend as I have in the past. Sometimes I just get moving, and like I love every layout, and I'm feeling it, and I had a blast. Like it was so much fun. But for some reason I just had trouble like getting in that groove this weekend. And so a lot of my layouts are very simple. Very basic. Like towards the end I started to get a little bit more mojo going, and I probably just needed to find a class or something to get me going. But they're still great layouts. There's still a lot of memories I got documented, so that's all that matters, right? So here I think these are some Simple Stories layout papers and embellishments. I think mostly this is from Echo Park, and then a doily from my stash. So just very simple. And then this was all using this is actually using multiple lines. So this is Teresa Collins, and then I mixed in some of the Amy Tangerine stitched because they had a lot of the same color, so that was from there. I think that was from there, and then these my tape, and I'm so sad. I brought my stuff in, all my scrapbook supplies, and I set it by the door to our basement, and didn't think of it, because my dog never bothers that stuff. And I came upstairs, and she had chewed up this entire rest of the roll, which I had used about half of it, but chewed up this roll, another roll of washi tape. She chewed up my Chamel dispenser, but it's only on one side, so I think it's fine. It'll still function, and you can't see it from the side, like the main side of that the black print is on. But it just made me so sad. So it's out of stock right now, so I'm gonna be notified for it when it comes in. But I did order this same tape with gold polka dots, so that's good enough. But I'm hoping I can get another one of those. Anyway, made me sad. She's never done that before. I was not happy. Let's see, then this one, oh, there's also some Lily Bee design in here. I think a lot of this is Lily Bee design. Again, just mixed in a bunch of different lines. I think that's a Teresa Collins, Amy Tan, and some wood veneers from, I think, Teresa Collins. That's, I think, a Lily Bee Design card. So there's that one. And this one is, I think, mostly Amy Tan as far as the paper. And then I think this is Lily Bee Design. And I think mostly, yeah, Amy Tan for embellishments. I'm going to use the letters here. That one's not my favorite, that's for sure. I like this one a lot. This was, I think, from a sketch. And just liked how this turned out. So I just did some strips down here, and then one photo with some embellishing around the photo, then a little bit more up here. And again, this is a mix of Teresa Collins and some Amy Tangerine. That's Amy Tan. I love that floral paper. Okay. And then the paper. Oh, and then there's also, this is October Afternoon. So I also use a lot of October Afternoon as well. And there's this one. Again, mostly a mix of the Amy Tangerine and the Teresa Collins. Just the color schemes went really well together. I did some stamping, used some more of my tape. Oh, I just get sad every time I look at it. Darn it. There's that. And I just did 4 squares here and then embellished that, or rectangles. Just embellish them. Go. The wood veneers are Teresa Collins. Okay, then this one is it looks like Maggie Holmes to me. I don't remember taking Maggie Holmes. Huh. Okay. Anyway, I think it's Maggie Holmes. No. This is crepe paper. Little Darling, I think. That's what it is. So it's very similar because it's the crepe paper does both. This line's probably at least a year old. I've had it for forever. So most of this is from that line. I think this is where I just played with that line. And it's such a cute, girly line. So that was fun. Here I just layered 2 papers and then a border strip there. And then some, it had like wood veneer with color on it. And so that's a wood veneer there. And then a bow and just some different, another wood veneer there. Some cards. This camera, chipboard sticker. Like I had every embellishment with this paper line. So it was fun. This is from that same line, and I kept this line together. I used it quite a bit, but I have a lot left because I think these are Zootrip pictures, and I think I'm going to try to just scrapbook the rest of these pictures with the same paper line and then keep it all together. I'll probably do some divided page protectors. So I just kind of got that started with these 2 photos here, and then I'm going to continue that so that they all kind of mesh together. So there's that. This one's from that same line as well. Everything except for the thickers. These are from my stash. There's some, I think it's like a vellum border strip there. A couple cameras. These were so cute. Those were part of the line. And then some vellum shapes in this heart. And this was cute. I still have some of that left. That's really fun. Really fun and girly. So there's that. This was also from that line. But then I added in a bunch of my doilies from my stash. And kind of just went like this up, up kind of around through the middle here. Then I just layered some different papers and some embellishments in the middle here. And then some random embellishments around the page along with some bling. And then these are from my stash. Okay. This one is probably my favorite. Just is colorful and pretty. These doilies are from my stash, but I think everything else was from that paper line. That Little Darling, I believe. Super fun. And this one is using Simple Stories. It's a summer one. The one with like the really dark wood grains mixed in with the bright colors. It's really pretty, but I had a hard time using it, and I'm not for sure why. I think I kept most of it together just to maybe do like maybe a mini album or like a snap album with, like that's maybe a summery week in the life or that kind of thing. So I think I can use it better in that format versus on layouts for some reason. I'm not for sure why. This turned out cute. I like how this turned out, but as I did like 3 or 4 layouts, and I was like, I'm just having a hard time. And maybe I just didn't have the right summer pictures with me. I'm not for sure. Anyway, I think maybe the dark wood grains were just so hard for me to like, unless I felt like they went with a photo. So like if I didn't feel like there was any wood in the photo or in a place that kind of, you know, makes you think of that natural wood feel, like I just had trouble with it. So anyway, this one I just pulled all the really bright, fun, summery stuff. I happen to have this photo with me. There's an overlay on it, and then this is part of the page, but then I just did all this embellishing and layering, and that was a lot of fun. Okay. This one was also from that line, and again, just lots of larger paper layers and some of the die cut cards, a trolling card here, and some stickers and enamel dots. There you go. This is hilarious, and I didn't even mean to catch this because I was we had construction on the highway like the main highway to our new house from our old house, and so I decided to take a selfie because I wanted to, you know, scrapbook about the process of moving and like how many times we were on this road and the construction and stuff. And so I did a selfie, and I happened to catch my daughter blowing a bubble, and I didn't even know it at the time until I printed the photo, and I was like, that is hilarious. So that's really funny. Okay, this one here is, I think what paper this is. I don't remember, honestly. I want to say this is maybe crepe paper or Echo Park. I'm not for sure. I know that's Amy Tangerine. This is from my stash, one of Maggie Holmes bows. And then I just have a little tag here with some brads. It might be. I think these are from Simple Stories. And I added in the pink, I think from a different line, but I'm not positive on that. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is from the Echo Park. Not the Everyday Eclectic, the one that's after that. So it's the same gal, and I can think of what it's called. But, so they're set. Okay, then this is using another Teresa Collins kit, and it was, I can't think of what it was called, but it was very Valentine's feeling, so it had like the reds, pinks, and blacks with some yellow added in. And so I played with this mostly as a line by itself. And so I did this layout here, which I really like. I just did a big strip here, and then a strip this way, and then one photo that has an overlay, and then just used some of the chipboard embellishments and wood veneers, and some brads to layer. And then this is actually some washi that came with it. I can't think of what the line was called. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe My Store. I don't remember, guys. I'm sorry. Same line for this one. And this was actually, I mean, it's a Valentine's themed, and I took my selfie this time, so I was able to print some photos off. So we actually took photos of ourselves, plus just a picture of some scrapbook, scrapbook setup. And actually, so I scrapbooked photos of us being there while we were there, which is kind of fun. I did splatter with Mr. Huey's, added in a doily from my stash, and then these stickers are from my stash. So there's that. So again, it's all Teresa Collins. Same with this one, and I actually had this photo on my phone as well of my girls' box, Valentine's boxes, so I went and scrapbooked those in the process of making them. And so I used all the Valentine's-y themed product for that. Okay, and then this is a mix of a bunch of different lines. This is a kit we put together using Counterfeit Kit Club. And I don't remember which one we were counterfeiting at this point, but this is a mixture of Teresa Collins and Echo Park and Amy Tangerine. This was Amy Tangerine, I think. Amy Tangerine. And there's an overlay there. So just kind of a variety of different products. Again, just lots of layering, and that color combo, is ended up a little kind of interesting. So, but I like how it turned out. So, okay. And then this one, I did something a little different. I actually used, with one of the Teresa Collins packs, there were 5x7 overlays, and I don't do a lot of 5x7 photos. So I actually took it and kind of like overlapped our faces with it, so it doesn't go top to bottom. It kind of, you know, breaks about, you know, close to the top and close to the bottom. But since the pictures are pretty much the same, I was okay with that. I like how that looked. This is a lot of there's some Amy Tan there. These are October Afternoon. Amy Tangerine here. That's from the Echo Park. Amy Tangerine, and then that's the Teresa Collins. So yeah, just a mix of lines there. There's that one. And this is back to the Simple Stories Summery one. And really bright and colorful. I just did 4 photos and then just did some embellishing kind of around the square. And then journal down here. Okay. And then this one. Again, Simple Stories. Oops. Let's see, I already got thickers falling off. It's called A Workin' Hard Summer. I need to adhere that better, apparently. I did the glasses there because he's wearing his safety glasses. And then this one is from, again, that mix of the Teresa Collins and Amy Tangerine. And I love this one too. I think I just love the colors. And this goes with this here, my daughter's birthday. And I just realized something. I do Groovebook, and all of a sudden they started printing my pictures like not 4x6. It's more like maybe 3.5 by 5. So I don't know if I need to find a setting somewhere. I looked and I couldn't see anything. So I need to contact them and see why they did that, because that was from my last book that I hadn't really opened yet until this weekend. But anyway, so it just kind of goes together there. And here I had one of these actually this was a Heidi Swapp wood veneer left over. And I put it around the date of her birthday since we were celebrating her birthday. Okay, and then lastly, I had this Modern Miss line from Bo Bunny that I had bought a kit from. Nicole Jones had done like a layout series on it, and then I went and bought it as a result of that. And so what I decided to do, this was like the end of the last night, and I was my brain was kind of fried. So what I did is I actually went through each of her videos and completely scrap lifted. Like, I didn't even have photos. I just actually did exactly what she did. So Nicole Jones has a YouTube channel, and she gets all the credit for these. These are completely copied from her, with the exception of obviously my photos. And there's a couple changes here or there. Like, I didn't have any twine with me. She used a lot of twine. But as far as the layout of where the papers go is mostly all her. So here's this here. These are very different colors for me. They worked for a lot of my photos, but just definitely a different color scheme that I wasn't used to working with. But I really like how they turned out. So there's that. And this one here. Just fun. And this one. Oh, more. To adhere some things better, I think. Okay, I still have some of this line left, and I think I'll probably keep it together for a little bit longer. That one. Like here, I don't think she did all 3 of the cameras on this one. I'm not positive, but so I made a few changes, but for the most part, they're her layouts. And that was kind of fun. Like, sometimes I like just copying something, like 100%, like, you know, trim this paper this size and this paper this size and put them down this way. And, you know, I like that kind of instruction sometimes. Sometimes I don't, and it stifles me. But sometimes, like, it's just what I need to kind of get my juices flowing. So sometimes that's when I use, you know, magazines, or I'll go to YouTube video and pause and just try to copy the exact process, because that just makes me not have to think about it, but it gets me creating. And so So there's that one there. So that is it, you guys. I think I counted and there were like, I don't know, 20, almost 30, not quite 30, but I think pretty close. And so I need to go put them away. I have piles of layouts to get put away. I'm going to do that today. So I can get all my albums put away and organized, and so I wanted to show you guys before I did that. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon with my next kit or project or whatever I decide to work on next. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.